So, big news. On the 17th of July, 2023, Binance completed the integration of Bitcoin on the Lightning Network. Deposits and withdrawals for BTC are now open on the Lightning Network for Binance. Binance is not the first exchange to adopt the Layer 2 scaling solution called the Lightning Network. Others include, and I'm not endorsing these by the way, the following exchanges, and there are more. It started running multiple nodes on the Lightning Network in June of 2023 before being integrated on the 17th of July. You may or may not be aware that you can actually run your own node too. It's not just for companies the size of Binance, for example. However, as you can see in the diagram here, Binance is the largest centralized cryptocurrency exchange in the world. So the decision for it, this could help Bitcoin further. In March 2023, as you can see on the diagram on the right-hand side, Binance had 62% of the market share of centralized crypto exchanges. And you can see the next largest, Upbit, had only a 7% market share. Bitcoin is in the orange and Upbit is the next one with 7%. So why is this potentially big news? And before I get into the rest of the video, I do need to say that this is not financial advice, and I'm not telling you to use the Lightning Network on Binance. This is simply education regarding the news if you haven't already picked it up. And if you enjoy this content and you enjoy the content on my channel, if you could like this video and subscribe, it would be really great as it does help. Anyway, if you watched my introduction to cryptocurrency video part 1, and there's a link to that here, you will know that Bitcoin has an issue with its scalability, which leads to other issues such as the network becoming congested and fees increasing. And I compared this lack of scalability with the invention of the car and the invention of the internet, which had exactly the same issues with their infrastructure at the beginning. The car didn't have the tarmac roads we have today, and the internet didn't have the full fiber cables or 5G that we know today. So it didn't have the infrastructure. So let's look at this in detail. The Bitcoin network can only process about 7 transactions per second, compared with Visa that can process more than 65,000 transactions per second. So that puts that lack of scalability into figures. We also saw in my previous video the crypto trilemma, because the trilemma here is that a cryptocurrency cannot have all 3 of these properties. It can't scale at large, be very secure, and be very decentralized. It's not possible. A lot will claim they do all 3 really well, but in practice, it's not really possible, and one will be falling down. And Bitcoin is decentralized and it's secure, but as we've seen, it's not scalable. However, a solution to this issue was proposed in January of 2016 through the Lightning Network's white paper. First off, I just want to say that this is not a deep dive into the Lightning Network. So I'm focusing on this latest news of it being adopted into Binance and the advantages this could bring rather than a really detailed look into the Lightning Network. If you'd like me to do a more detailed video on it, or if anything contained in my videos, please just let me know in the comments below and I'll do my best. So the Lightning Network is a layer 2 network operating on top of the Bitcoin blockchain. It allows users to create off-chain transactions through peer-to-peer payment channels. That's essentially what it does, and we're going to look at that in more detail now. To create a payment channel, you must lock a certain amount of BTC onto the Lightning Network, which can then be invoiced, and many transactions can take place between 2 parties. And that avoids the need to use the main Bitcoin blockchain. When the 2 parties decide to finish transacting, they can then close that channel and the transactions are consolidated into one transaction, which is sent to the main Bitcoin blockchain and is then recorded on there. So the process is essentially open a payment channel. So 2 parties who transact frequently can open a payment channel to do so. And this channel acts as a temporary ledger for their transactions. They then transact off-chain. So once the payment channel is open, the 2 parties can send Bitcoin to each other without recording each transaction on the Bitcoin blockchain. They are almost instant and they have very low fees, as they don't need miners on the Bitcoin blockchain to validate them. They then settle on the Bitcoin blockchain. So when the two parties decide to close their payment channel, this is recorded the usual way on the main Bitcoin blockchain. And this is why transactions using the Lightning Network can be faster, cost less fees, and reduce congestion on the main Bitcoin blockchain. And you will have got this already so far, but its aims are to enable increased transaction speeds, to lower transaction fees, and to increase the scalability of Bitcoin. So let's explain that a bit more. What are the advantages of using the Bitcoin Lightning Network? Firstly, by processing most transactions off-chain, the Bitcoin Lightning Network helps to reduce congestion on the Bitcoin blockchain, therefore allowing for more transactions per second, which we saw before is an issue with its scalability. And if you remember, this is the largest issue that Bitcoin has, and the Lightning Network's proposed a solution to this. Transactions are very quick, they're nearly instantaneous, as they don't require confirmation by miners. The Bitcoin Lightning Network doesn't reveal information about individual transactions on the blockchain, and that could protect users' privacy. Remember though, that when the payment channel is closed, that transaction consolidated, that is recorded on the Bitcoin network, which is public. But while the two parties are transacting on the Lightning Network, this could be seen as being more private. So let's look at the Lightning Network. The Lightning Network's capacity surpassed an all-time high of 5,000 BTC earlier in 2023. You can see that on the graph there, which is a report by Valkyrie Investments. And finally, Lightning Labs, which is the company behind the Lightning Network, also recently released a new toolkit that helps AI applications to interact with the network, which could be interesting moving forward. Like with anything, it does have some disadvantages in my opinion, such as you need to be online for the Lightning Network, and with centralization too. And I would say it's still in its infancy, but this is certainly interesting. But I would love to know what you think, so let me know in the comments. And also, if you are looking for more of a tailored and a faster approach to your crypto education, I offer one-to-one coaching to people who really have the desire and the means to invest in their education. So if you're interested, just put education in the comments below and I'll get in touch to book in a free 30-minute video call with you. Alternatively, you can send me a DM on X, which was formerly Twitter. So thank you for watching. I hope you got something out of this video. And if you haven't already, please do like and subscribe to the channel, and have a great day.